kana ukasangana nevanhu vanofana kukuropafadza, they may be in a sorry state. They may be in a state where you can't respect them or value them. But if God tells you these are the people that are going to bless you, allow your spirit to see from them. When you receive from these people, your life is going to get a turnaround that can never be done by any amount of work that you have done for yourself. Wonder where do we get prayed for a lot of people that we don't respect, that we don't value, that we don't honor, that we don't even give credit for blessing and raising our lives. In concept Yamari, in all times, yes, before you die as a father, you have to bless your children, so that you give them the grace that helped you to be where you are and to be who you are. Nyasha dzakakusumudza dzikakubatsira dzinofana kuenda pamusoro peupenyu hwemumwe munhu asare achipfuurira pamberi. Kune nyasha dzasingaende nadzo kudenga dzinoshanda panyika panapa is the power of dominion. Simba rinoita kuti vanhu vagone kutonga nyika ineyi. Simba rinoita kuti vagone kukurira mhepo dzenyika ino. Simba rinoita kuti vanhu vagone kurarama panyika panapa sekunge vari invincible, totally invincible and untouchable. That power is given to humanity by God. And when God gives them, He allows those people to release that grace for next generations. And I want you to understand that all the people that you have heard, Vakawanda, they had a place of submission where a grace was imparted to their lives. And that grace was able to route themselves and place them at a place where they are invincible. They are powerful, they are indomitable. If you are going to be successful, I'm looking at you and I'm talking from my spirit, and I want you to go and just catch something that's coming out of my spirit. You may not like me, but please take this message, because to help you, this message will help you to transform the trajectory of the rest of your life. Where you are going to go is going to be determined by the blessing that you carry, not the desires that you have, not just the drive and the effort that you put to the ground, but the blessing that God confers on your life from a man or through a man. I've told you over and over that blessing will always come from God. But if it is going to go to men, it is to pass through a man. And there are men that you will have to bow down your head and allow them to lay their hands on your life and change the course of destiny of your life, and give you the power that will help you to face life and be unconquerable. You can face life in this life and be indomitable and be a person of power that the world has never seen. You will go into your specific area and shine. You will go into your specific area and be the top dog. You will go into the specific area of your calling and be the man who shifts the goalposts and changes the situations and the scenarios. There has to be a man that comes on your life and confers a blessing and releases a grace on your life that will change your life. We are too proud to bow down to a man, and we suffer in this world challenges that we can never be able to overcome on our own. Our ability and capacity is captured by the blessing of God that comes through a man. And in some instances, that man could be your father, and in some instances, that man could be your parent. And mistakes and you may look down on them because they were not as educated as you are. But I want you to know that within them carry a blessing that God connected to your life is supposed to change you. And you will open up your spirit and you say, Father, bless me. You may not be the best person in this world. You may not have lived the best life that I would have wanted, but you carry a blessing that can change my life. And I will bow down my head and allow you to speak to my life. Release a blessing. Baba msaende mkansia ndakadaro. Baba wangu msaende mkansia vakadaro. Ndinosara ndikatambudzika panyika, because there are things that I cannot fight for myself. We have to be given a grace that comes from fathers, and that grace for the battles that they fought and for the situations that they went through, for the things that they overcame. To you it will come on your life just as a grace. If you bow down your head, you may not have to fight the battles that they fought. You may not have to deal with the devils that they encountered. You may not have to deal with the challenges that they faced. You may have to stand up and just run your own race, because some covering is upon your life, and that person stands out as a father. But this world will always teach you that don't respect a man, that don't value a human being takafanana. But I want to tell you kuti atina kufanana, because kune vanhu vane hondo dzavakarwa vakakurira dzauchasangana nadzo iwewe dzikakudestroya. Kune vanhu vakasangana nemachallenges avakaenda through. We may not need to go through the same challenges again and again. We may just need those people to bless us and place a hand on our life. And if we open up our spirit and are ready to receive, the power of the Lord will come upon our lives and start changing us and building us for where we're supposed to go. We are not supposed to be intimidated in this world. We are not supposed to be suffering and struggling like we are doing. We are not supposed to be going through the battles that we are going through. If there are fathers somewhere, those fathers should have conferred a blessing on our life that we should have carried for generations. Kune hondo dzasingafane kurambatirwa, dzasingafane kusabatisangana nadzo, dzakasangana nevabereki vedu vakadzikurira. There has to be a blessing that comes upon our lives. But vakawanda vedu, we carried a curse from people and not a blessing. But I come to you this afternoon and make a decree in your life. And this but I know that I'm to someone. There are people in this room that God wants to raise. There are people in this room that God wants to anoint. But if God is going to anoint you, He will give you a man. He will give you a man like you. He will give you a man that speaks your language. He will give you a man that speaks like you and walks like you. But above that man is a blessing. Above that human being is a grace that is able to change and transform your life. If you would allow yourself to bow down to a man and allow a man to change your life. He may be human, but inside of that flesh is grace, is power, is dominion, is the ability to overcome. But at times the devil will always visit us. Satan anouya utinyengera otudza utisateerere zvakataurwa naMwari. Ndo zvakaita kuna Adam naEve, akati Mwari akataura izvozvo, arida kukunyengerai, arida kukubirai, arida kukuvharai, haasida kukuudzai chokwadi, musamuteerere. And they suffered, and our parents were suffering, and they were kicked out of the garden by God. If they had submitted, if they had willingly waited for what God was saying, their lives would never have been destroyed. Their lives would have been kept going. But in many cases we attract curses instead of attracting blessing. And I speak to you with passion in my spirit that there is something of God that God wants to put on your life. If you are going to run a race, you need a blessing. If you are going to fight a war, you need a blessing. If you are going for an interview, you need a blessing. If you are going to fight and win, you will need a blessing. If you are going to buy a car and build your house and be successful in this world, you need a blessing, because the blessing will break the yoke. The blessing will break the yoke. The blessing will change the trajectory of your life. I hope you can listen to me in a moment. But in the inside of my life is a spiritual grace that God has conferred on my life that I want to release on someone. We are fighting battles that we do not know. We are fighting systems that we are older than us. The devils can be way older than you. More than 3,000 years ago, a devil was here and he was ruling and he was fighting, destroying Manvagawanda. Your life is going to be short, and if your life is going to achieve greatness, there has to be a wrestling that you are going to do, not fighting for yourself but fighting for a blessing. I need a blessing. I can't do it without a blessing. I can't go without a blessing. Father, I need a blessing. May you bless me, Father, that you would bless me and change my life. The struggles are real, the struggles are intense, the struggles are here, but I need a blessing that comes upon my life and changes the way I think, the way I do, the way I act, the journeys I travel, the places I go to. I need a blessing. Yes, Lord, I need a blessing. Yes, Lord, I can't do it alone. I need a blessing. I have been arrogant. I have defied the odds. I have said no to human beings, and I thought I could do it alone, and I thought I could walk alone. But I've suffered many challenges, many flaws and many weaknesses. I have struggled to deal with challenges. I have met lions and snakes, and they have devoured me. I have met destroyers, and they have gotten the better of me. But I need a blessing. Isaac is about to die, but as I die, it's a blessing. But there's something that you have to do. Isaac akusukuti akuda nyama man. Isaac akusukuti anokara nyama man. Isaac akusukuti ashaya chekudya man. Isaac ane mbudzi pamba pake. Isaac ane wai pamba pake. Isaac ane zvinhu zvake. But vana vake, they will need the blessing. Esau and Jacob, you are going to go into the world, Vanango, and you are going to face the battles of life. What you need on your life is a blessing. Kana uchigona mwanangu and unobata muka, but it's nye muka, nye blessing. It is only just about a blessing, because a blessing upon your life, ichakupa 20 animals, it will give you 50 animals. Mukavereka kumberi muchaona kuti Jacob anoenda kwa Laban, but anoenda aine tsvimbo, asina na mbudzi, asina na huko, but anodzoka aine heads of cattle because of a blessing. You need a blessing. You just need a blessing. You just need a blessing. It's not about the meat, it's about the blessing. It's not about the game meat, it's about the blessing. Esau enda batamuka kana waiwana noro wouraya uye nayo undibikire. Kana when my soul is happy, then I can bless you. I want God to bless my life, but can I make someone happy so that that person can release a blessing? Ukachemedza mai vako, you will get a case. Ukachemedza baba vako, you're going to get a case. But if you bless them and you make them happy, you're going to take a blessing that God gave to that old man, that God gave to that old woman. They may not look like it, but they carry a blessing. They may not look like it, but they carry a blessing that can change your life.